Welcome to Daikin India's sprawling facility at Neemrana, Rajasthan. The industrial town of Neemrana is home to a 40-acre campus that is fulfilling the air conditioning needs of India and beyond. Daikin entered India's market in 2000 and since then has gained the discerning customers' trust with its high quality and innovative product portfolio. As an ISO certified company, our processes are sacrosanct. We strive to keep customers at the center of our business universe with a quality-first global philosophy. We have an extensive network of 8,500 channel partners, 400 plus Daikin solution plazas, 15 sales offices, 11 branch offices, 4 mother warehouses and 22 supporting warehouses. The journey of a product starts with in-depth market research, which focuses on the consumer's needs and challenges. This then translates into extensive research and development. Every design and feature is finalized after in-depth research to maintain our high level of quality. Constantly developing superior technology has been instrumental in Daikin's growth trajectory. Daikin India's state-of-the-art R&D facility is where new products are conceived, developed and tested. The R&D center is equipped with multiple testing labs. The center has 5 psychometric rooms, device evaluation room, high due reliability room, twin fully anechoic room, CCT chamber and salt spray chamber, part endurance room, drop effect measurement machine, proto facility. Daikin's R&D division has earned multiple certifications for its work, including the NABL, QCO and CB certification. After the product is developed, mass production begins in the 2 adjoining factories. The 2 factories are equipped with top-of-the-line machinery, starting with the automatic high-speed fin press machines, hairpin bending machine, the powder coating line, which is a completely automatic process and uses low bake power to reduce carbon emission. The auto brazing machine uses 80 nozzles to braze the copper joints on a conveyor belt operating at 4.3 meters per minute. Tube expanders are rolling tube type expansion tools used for fixing and molding tubes to tube sheets in the manufacturing process of the heat exchangers. The fully automatic coil bending machines are used to bend the heat exchangers. From the pre-assembly component manufacturing area, we move to the assembly lines in the 2 factories. The 2 factories house 15 assembly lines, where RA, VRV, SA, PA and chillers are assembled. For residential split ACs, indoor and outdoor units have separate assembly lines. Once the bending, cutting and brazing process for the IDU heat exchangers is done, then these enter the main assembly line. Here, the heat exchangers go through the airtight test. Next, the RAIDU goes through the HVIR process. Now that the unit is fully assembled, it goes through quality control. The unit is now ready to be shipped to the end user with the last item. The unit goes through its final checks and scans before being packed and loaded for dispatch. As the RAIDU is produced on one assembly line, the matching ODU is assembled on its corresponding line. After powder coating, ODU parts are towed through AGVs to the pre-assembly area. Pick-to-light process is used to assemble the ODUs. The assembly line uses an RFID-enabled pallet to control the automation. After brazing, the unit is pressurized and checked automatically. Next, it goes through an auto vacuuming process. With the help of the RFID data, the unit is then charged with refrigerant automatically. The ODU also goes through an automatic HVIR test, same as the IDU. Subsequent to that, there is an advanced running test, PC label matching, and all critical parts being tested. The units are then packed and taped and prepared for shipping. Besides RAs, VRVs are also an incredibly important product line in the Daikin portfolio, which is manufactured at Neemrana. The VRV IDUs first see the electric box being assembled on the pre-assembly lines. The heat exchangers and EL box are assembled along with multiple motors on the assembly line in the VRV unit. Once the units are fully assembled, these are tested at 100%. Finally, the VRV IDUs are packed and prepped to ship. VRV ODUs are assembled alongside the IDUs for sending across the globe. Besides the heat exchanger and EL box assembly, the ODUs also have an oil separator and collector assembly. After components are assembled, the unit gets tested for any leakage by quality inspectors at ATT stations. Then there is the 100% running test, followed by a second leakage test. The units are finally packed and loaded for shipping. If the RA and VRV production is impressive, the chiller units take it up a notch, simply in terms of its mammoth size. A birth of a chiller happens with a blank sheet of metal. These blank sheets are then shot blasted after going through a round of quality check. The next step is of matching through a VMC drilling process. These machined sheets are then rolled into a shell. Then comes the saw welding process. Next up is the non-destructive testing phase, which happens in an X-ray room. The vessel fabrication happens inside the welding area. The chiller units are pressure tested on the refrigeration side. The chiller units are then pressure tested on the water side. Once testing is complete, the unit is painted. Post-painting, the chiller unit goes through the welding and brazing process. Once the brazing is completed, it is time to run the airtight test. After the ATT, the control box is fitted onto the chiller with all the requisite wiring. Finally, before shipping, the unit is tested for performance. Next, the chiller is packed and loaded onto trailers with the help of cranes. Content workers see the multitude of Daikin products come to life, including that of SA. The SA assembly line is quite similar to the VRV assembly line. After the heat exchanger is manufactured and brazed, it is pressurized. It then goes through the 100% airtight test before being assembled with the turbo fan. The unit then travels along the conveyor belt through 2 visual inspections and then goes through a 100% run test. Next is a third and final visual inspection of the unit. Finally, the SA unit is packaged and prepared for dispatch to the warehouse. From the SA, we move to the PA assembly line in the Daikin factory. After the PA structure is put together in the sub-assembly, it then goes through the wiring stage on the main conveyor belt. Post which there is visual inspection and a leak test. There is then a second visual inspection conducted on the unit. Next, the bottom and rear plate is assembled, after which the accessories are assembled. Then there is the HVIR test. The final check is to confirm that the unit is running at 100%. The PAs are finally packed and loaded with the help of a crane conveyor. Daikin products, once produced, are shipped to the hubs. Vehicles entering the warehouse are duly sanitized and recorded before the vehicle goes for unloading. The warehouses use SAP WMS and Lean WMS processes with HHT scanner to streamline the movement of stock. Products are then stacked in the sprawling warehouse facility of Daikin. The Neemrana warehouses cater not just to the Indian market, but to international markets as well. Sri Lanka, Nepal, Bhutan, Bangladesh, East Africa and Middle East markets are supplied from the Neemrana warehouse hub. Trucks are loaded with Daikin air conditioners after virtually calculating the volume capacity of the truck. Multi-mode transportation is used for shipping via truck and train. The vehicles are checked and sealed for goods to be transported safely to the end customer. Customer satisfaction is the constant endeavor at Daikin when the product is at their doorstep. Training of Daikin staff and channel partners increases customer satisfaction across the board. Daikin's AC/DC is the largest training center in India among all its competitors and also the company's largest in Southeast Asia. The AC/DC facility has 3 classrooms for theoretical classes. The AC/DC facility also has 4 rooms for hands-on training sessions. The first room is dedicated for residential air conditioners or RA. The second room for Sky Air or SA units. The third room is for training on the chiller units. The fourth and final room is for training on various VRV models. Brazing is the most important process in air conditioning industry, and there is a dedicated brazing shop for the same. Trainees at the AC/DC facility enjoy their stay in comfortable rooms. There are provisions for recreational activities in the common hall. AC/DC has hosted associate staff from 6 African nations. Looking to the future, AC/DC's target is to train 150,000 manpower by 2025. Skilling and training has been a cornerstone of Daikin India's success story. Keeping to its corporate social responsibility spirit, Daikin India has created a special facility in Neemrana, DJIME. Goal of DJIME is to upskill the youth of India in Japanese manufacturing practices to increase their employability under the Skill India and Make in India initiative. The practical rooms allow students to get hands-on experience on RA, SA, PA and VRV. It also includes the dojo, machine shop and brazing and welding center for practical learning. There are 6 lecture rooms as well for imparting theoretical knowledge. There is a library and computer room to encourage students to read and learn by themselves. The facility has a modern cafeteria which seats 50 students at a time. This initiative of Daikin can train 48 trainees with the help of 4 trainers at a given time. Daikin is the only company to have started with an all-female batch at DJIME. Quality products can be produced with the help of a happy workforce. Workers are the backbone of any company, and Daikin is no different in this regard. At Daikin, the well-being of the workforce is of paramount importance. 16% of the workforce is made up of women at Daikin. New employees are trained thoroughly at the facilities in Factory 2 before being eased onto the factory floor. Daikin has forever strived to make their factories greener. Caring for the environment and focusing on sustainability is part of Daikin's global philosophy. Located in Rajasthan with lots of sun exposure, the Neemrana campus ably utilizes solar power with a 2-megawatt plant. Electric consumption is reduced by using LED lighting across the facility. 30 kiloliters of water is saved per day with the STP treated water pipeline. The treated water is utilized to maintain the green belt in the factory premises. The Daikin manufacturing facility has stringent waste management processes in place. Daikin's multitude of initiatives have resulted in awards and accolades being bestowed on it from numerous institutions. We can proudly say that Daikin India's vision, mission and investments on people, processes, products and technology is playing a pivotal role in creating a truly global hub for manufacturing world-class products and talent.